Okay,
push.
let's
Yeah.
move on to the right backs, and I think we're going to probably need to include Djed Spence in this, otherwise it's going to be a very short list. Djed Spence, you can talk about him right or left. In fact, let's talk overall fullbacks. So we're going to
Yes.
talk
Probably a
Destiny
good idea,
Udogie.
mate.
Yeah, I know. Otherwise, we'll be through this sometime about 2 p.m. in the morning. So Destiny Udogie, Pedro Porro, my player of the season, by the way, and of course. Djed Spence. So, Ross, do you want to kick us off?
Keep all three. I think there are Jed Shun. I don't know how people are pronouncing
The
that.
Jedemption.
That's it. I think I'm so pleased for him. Pedro Porro needs to sort out his defending a little bit. And I thought I don't know what everyone else thinks, but I thought Udogie finished the last month really strong. It took him a while to get over that long injury. But once he did, I thought he was flying, especially in the fight. I mean, it's all rose tinted glasses in at the final, but he ran his nuts off. No, I think one more left back or right back because Djed seems to be better on the left. So maybe another right back, unless Archie Gray's going to do it and fill in when we need. I don't. Apart from that, I mean, ideally, I'd love to see us bring a kid up from the academy, but I don't really know who's lurking around there unless Dante Casanova is one. But yeah, another right back would do us, and I think just to keep that at 2-2. Nice little a nice little competition.
We've just given Harry Byrne a contract, but I don't think he's quite ready yet. In terms of ex-academy players, Kyle Walker-Peters available on a free. I'm sure that'll make some people happy, giving him a mention on here. Okay, we're going to go Charlie, then we're going to go to A. Charlie, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think overall, in the way that I'm going to sort of view these player things is from the perspective of being European champions and wanting to take a step up. And I think Udogie has got that place nailed down, and I don't think he's actually improved that much, considering he's a young player. He doesn't have a final ball. He doesn't score many goals. I think defensively he's pretty strong. And I feel like the back four in general, when it's the top back four we've got, the one that started the final, I think we look really, really strong. Porro, hopefully he won't go, but if he does, he'll go for big money. And I really think we need to, especially as the fullbacks are such big parts of this system that we haven't seen for so long. They haven't been tucking in so much. They haven't been advancing so much. So I'm really looking at the back line and going, well, I think probably the fullbacks are the weakest part of that. And then therefore I don't know who would you bring in, but I would like to see someone come in for, if Djed Spence is going to compete with Udogie, which I don't think he does directly compete, then I want somebody on the right wing to compete with Porro at the same time. So, we've got to think like a big team. And I don't think that in 2 years we've actually, really pushed forward with our fullback play. I don't think in general it's been a really super strong version or part of our, so-called handball thing. And I'd like to see Porro getting more scoring positions, same with the Udogie. And I'd like to see them get some pressure on their starting place. So, yeah.
Thank you. Hey, you still with us?
I am. I put myself on
Excellent.
mute because lots was going on. um,
There was a lot going on. Absolutely. Go for it.
yeah, Jed has to stay. He gives us flexibility. I think when he's at it, he's fantastic, and we managed to get a lot out of him this year. So for me, I'd like to keep Jed, especially as he is so adaptable to both sides. I also think he could do a job further forward if we have these injuries again like this. I thought he was our best player for a large part of the season.
Yeah, there was certainly a point where, oh, look, it's Djed Spence. Oh, look, he's doing really well. It just almost seemed to be a fait accompli. When he played, he'd be playing really, really well. Austin, what are you going to tell us?
Going on to Djed Spence, I think Djed Spence was potentially our best player last season. I remember watching him when he was playing for Forest, and I thought, what a fantastic player. Then he came and then he went out on loan and went out on loan again. And then he sort of came back and he wasn't included. Then suddenly, because of the injuries, he was included. And he looked absolutely fantastic, particularly at left back, more so than at right back, which was a surprise because right back is his position. But I liked Spence a lot. I thought he was excellent.
What about Porro and Udogie? What are your thoughts on them?
Pedro Porro, I think, got better as the season went on. His crossing towards the end of the season was fantastic. Udogie, when he came back in towards the end, was also very good. I think we've got potentially a very, very good back line. My biggest concern is with the midfield and not protecting the defence as much as they should do. But they certainly did that in the last game of the season. But I would like us to see a more pragmatic approach to our defensive play with sort of defence in the midfield. And I'd also like to see us improve in our playing forward from defence, because the number of matches last season where we were in control at the back and then we passed it forward and play was turned over because we passed to their players. So I'd like to see an improvement in that. But in general terms, I think we're potentially very well set.
All right, we're going to go David, Ash, Kjetil. So David.
Yeah, so I think we've got three. Well, on the right, I think Spence should get his chance on the right. I know he looked better on the left, but he also got more games on the left. But I think he's a right back. So I think Porro and Spence on the right is absolutely fantastic. Porro was a monster this season. I know he had a period where everybody was exhausted, where I don't think he was playing particularly well, but I don't think he was alone in that. I think generally he's a warrior. I think he's a bit of a leader as well. Leader in terms of the vibes, at least. Great cross, great shot, great attacking moves, brilliant. And Djed Spence, everything I've just said about Porro, I think I could say about Djed Spence as well. I agree with what Austin said. Absolutely stonking player, absolutely love him. Destiny Udogie, I'm a bit more mixed on, because I think he's really strong defensively and he's a really, really good player. But I think Charlie just said it. I think he doesn't get his head up when he's on the ball in more advanced positions, and seems to quite often peters out with Udogie when we're attacking, which he doesn't with Porro or Spence. So I've got a little bit of a question mark there. So I suppose the only thing is I think we probably need a fourth fullback. And so I think that fourth fullback should be somebody that can put pressure on Udogie, but I think Udogie's a really good player.
Okay, Ash?
Yeah, I agree with most of the things said there. Two points. One is I was very impressed during the latter rounds of the Europa how disciplined our fullbacks were. Obviously, a different tactical approach, and they were very disciplined. So I really enjoyed that. The second thing had to do with what David said. It would be nice. He might have to be some sort of English fellow. Be nice to get, if Davis is going, to get a left-sided center back who can also play left back to back up Udogie, so we'd have four of them there. I don't know who that is. It would be terrific to get a younger version of Davis, and probably English, if we can.
Okay, Kjetil.
Of course, I agree with everything the other guys have said, but we have a situation where Pedro Porro is rightly a better offensive than defensive fullback. What we have seen this season is that Brennan Johnson has been covering defensively for Porro when he's gone forward, and that's a situation that we will have to look at another right back. I think that could be more defensive minded than Porro is. But for me, Spence is a left back, but that's not up to us, is it? It's up to Ange. So yeah, we need another one. We need one more.
Marcel, what have you got for us?
Well, the three we've been talking about, yeah, absolutely fine. I think Djed is better on the left. That's a personal thing. Porro has looked a lot better when we play the European tactics as opposed to the league tactics. I think in the league tactics,
so
he's too
serious.
exposed. And yeah, I think if we're going to compete in the Champions League next year, we're going to need an extra right back.
Mm-hmm.
And when they all get cropped, as they will, we've always got Archie Gray who can stand in any of the positions basically at the back. So we've got extra cover there.
Yeah, Archie Gray's going to be a difficult one tonight because I'm not really sure where to put him. Do we talk about him as a right back, a fullback? Do we talk about him as a centre back? Do we talk about him as a midfielder? As a pinch, I mean, we could even put him up front, I guess. All right, okay. So far we've gone through 6 players and we're not selling any of them. Is that right?
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is going to be it's going to be a tough old season in terms of transfers, isn't it?